hope you'll indulge me as I explicate a deeper syndrome at the heart of the mainstream media complex and all incumbent cuckery from which it flows. Propaganda. Alongside words like racist, fascist, comprehensive, Nazi, and systemic, I'd say at this point the dreaded P word has all the intellectual potency of the lyrics to Dancing Queen. And yet the very fact that it's been gutted of all efficacy and rendered as hollow as a watermelon husk at Leslie Jones' house is also evidence of its very existence. For what could have turned a truly odious term such as fascist into the cable news equivalent of butthead, but flagrantly obvious agitprop? Look, along with all the awful shit we've endured in the past 8 years or so, there's a fair few developments I'm somewhat surprised to see many on the right regard as positive. One such occurrence is the subterranean respect deficient presently enjoyed by the once venerated news profession. In short, we'd sooner trust Jared Fogle with a bottle of Enzyte at a Brownies meeting than trust the media to report a fucking rain shower without injecting their own personal politics. And look, before the flabby-armed orchestra of orcas chime in with Lazer criticizing anyone for being propaganda, that's rich. Yeah, it sure fucking is, like your blood sugar level. Difference being, I present myself as opinion and nothing the fuck else, while CNN sincerely describe themselves as impartial arbiters of truth. And therein lies the honey barbecue rub, Moby Thick. In pursuing an obvious agenda, and unlike Tucker Carlson, Bill O'Reilly, or Hannity, foregoing a formal admission of being a bought-out and/or opinionated bitch, they've cratered belief not only in their own briny blend of bullshit, but in the mainstream media at large. So look, why do I mention this? After all, even the Algonquin, a low-T Tismo-Knots, and the accelerationist or black-pilled quarters of the American right I referenced earlier all agree the media's a five-alarm dog shit fire. Laughing at it is among the only pleasures still afforded many of these feckless irrelevancies. Well, grab a corner and peel, because the black pillar's boundless stupidity has more layers than a hipster's wardrobe. You see, you laugh at the alphabet news. Hell, we all do. It's like craning your neck to look when a clown car gets totaled. You can't fucking help it. But all the same, you're misunderstanding and misportraying its purpose. Under the communist dictatorship of the Soviet Union, like North Korea and China today, propaganda was utterly ubiquitous. But contrary to the Hollywood depiction of loudspeakers on street corners spurring a brainwashed populace toward their hapless demise, the reality of Russian communism's effect on the psyche of the public was quite the opposite, and arguably infinitely more effective. In the 60s, one of the first major signs of internal strife within the Soviet Union came to the fore with the emergence of the refuseniks, Russian expatriates turned domestic dissidents, many of whom were radicalized after learning they had been barred from emigrating to their country of choice. Among the most prominent today is Natan Sharansky, who wrote in his memoirs, quote, "I was a loyal Soviet citizen until the age of 20. What it meant to be a loyal citizen was to say what you were supposed to say, to read what you were permitted to read, to vote the way you were told to vote, and at the same time, to know it was all a lie." Razor Force faithful, black-pilled bedwetters, friends, countrymen. The purpose of propaganda is not to convert you to its cause, though that can be a happy occasional side effect among the particularly retarded. The purpose of propaganda is to demoralize, to confront you with a message every rational man and woman knows implicitly to be incorrect and counterfactual, and yet to demand we acknowledge it as true or be societally scorned, divested of our status, employment, or personal relationships until such time that you peer up at your Cardassian inquisitors and proclaim aloud that yes, there are 5 lights, even though your ocular cortex clearly perceives that there are only fucking 4. It's not supposed to be particularly persuasive, and that's why it works.